Hello, welcome to Thor Talk, the show all about Marvel's resident God of Thunder. On this episode of Thor Talk, we're going to compare Thor and Captain Mar-Vell. Kevin Feige has declared that Captain Mar-Vell will be the most powerful hero in the MCU. Now, Kevin Feige is free to do whatever he wants in the MCU, but this doesn't fit in with the comics. So I'm going to show you just how outmatched Carol Danvers is when compared to the God of Thunder on Thor Talk.
I am Thor the Thunderer, son of Odin, prince of Asgard, and this world is under my protection.
Now, when Kevin Feige gave his announcement that Captain Mar-Vell would be the most powerful hero in the MCU, many met this news with confusion, since Captain Mar-Vell wouldn't exactly be on the high end of the most powerful Avengers. Comparing her to Thor is like comparing Green Lantern to Superman. By that I mean she's powerful, but she's never going to be that powerful. Don't believe me? Well, then let's look at what Mar-Vell has to say on the matter. In Marvel's most recent power grid on Mar-Vell.com, Thor completely outmatches Captain Mar-Vell, matching her or outmatching her in every single category except for one. In fact, if we go back and look at all of Marvel's official power grids, Thor has always come out on top of Carol Danvers. So even Mar-Vell themselves believes that Thor is more powerful than Captain Mar-Vell. But in case that's not enough for you, then let's look at the comics and compare them for ourselves. Now, the most obvious thing to do when comparing two superheroes is to look at their fights between each other. But strangely, Thor hasn't actually fought Carol Danvers. We could instead look at when Thanos fought the Avengers and knocked out Captain Mar-Vell while she was binary with one punch. He then proceeded to fight Thor right afterwards. Thor then hit him with 2 strikes of lightning, struck him with a crushing blow from Mjolnir, and told him that only one of them would survive this. Eventually, Thanos would deliver a crushing punch to Thor, but unlike binary, Thor would remain conscious, and then proceed to remain standing longer than anyone else as Thanos unleashed cosmic energy. When Captain Mar-Vell was at her absolute strongest, Thanos brushed her off like a gnat, and then right after that, Thor fought the Mad Titan one-on-one, posing a greater threat than anyone else had. That does seem pretty definitive, but I didn't spend weeks studying Captain Mar-Vell to make a 4-minute video. I'm going to go category by category, comparing the two. First up, let's compare strength. Early in Carol Danvers' career, she couldn't even move the weights that Thor used to work out. But she has since grown in power, so let's look at what Captain Mar-Vell has to offer nowadays. Captain Mar-Vell once held and threw a massive asteroid towards the sun. This asteroid was originally a massive asteroid with a diameter of 300 kilometers. However, it mostly was in pieces by the time it reached Carol, with the largest piece being about a third of the original asteroid's size. Asteroids are mostly made up of iron, which has an average density of about 8,000 kilograms per cubic meter. If we assume that Carol took the largest piece, which had a diameter of about 100 kilometers, and calculate the volume, then we'll find that the asteroid was approximately 523,599 cubic meters. If we apply the 8,000 kilograms per cubic meter, then we'll find that the asteroid weighed about 4.2 billion kilograms. That's 4.6 million tons. But that's nothing compared to Thor, who is literally a god of strength. Thor has done plenty of impressive feats of strength, many of which can't even be quantified. He's lifted the Midgard Serpent, reversed the World Engine, and arm wrestled a planet out of orbit. But one of his most impressive feats was lifting the weight of 20 planets with one arm. If we calculate conservatively by comparing this to Earth's 6.6 sextillion tons, then Thor lifted 132 sextillion tons with one arm. Thor has clearly earned the 7 on his Mar-Vell power grid, and takes this round for strength quite easily. Now we'll take a look at striking power. Captain Mar-Vell has killed a T-Rex with one punch, pulverized asteroids, and hit people into space. Thor has also hit people into space, but his striking power doesn't end there. He's punched a Viking Hulk straight through the Earth, and while Captain Mar-Vell can pummel ships and asteroids, Thor has accidentally decimated planets with his blows. When Thor fought Beta Ray Bill, he hit Bill so hard that he destroyed the planetoid they were on. When Thor fought Gorr the God Butcher, their blows shattered planets around them that were light years away. Again, point for Thor pretty easily. Next, we'll take a look at stamina. During Secret Empire, Captain Mar-Vell fought wave after wave of Chitauri to defend the Earth. However, she did so with plenty of backup, a base, and rest in between waves. Thor excels in stamina himself and did not receive these benefits as he fought endlessly without food or rest for 80 days straight against the legions of the undead and when he fought Zeus for months. Zeus is one of the most powerful beings on Earth, and Thor fought him without stopping for months on end. Thor has also matched the Hulk in strength for an hour. This is incredibly impressive when compared to what Captain Mar-Vell did to the Hulk. Captain Mar-Vell hit Hulk from up high, and Hulk played dead as she continued to hit on him with punch after punch, until eventually she hit him so much that she got tired. After she got tired, Hulk took her out with one punch. Thor takes stamina, and he doesn't even look tired doing it. Now let's examine Captain Mar-Vell's specialty, energy. Captain Mar-Vell as binary says that she has the power of a star, and her most impressive feat of energy would have to be when she destroyed the Brood homeworld, which is a planet. Instead of the power of one star, Thor can cause Mjolnir to burn with the energy of 1,000 suns. Destroying a planet is certainly impressive, and it's something that Thor is capable of doing when he uses the Anti-Force. But the Anti-Force is nothing when compared to Thor's God Blast, which caused a hungry Galactus to flee for his life, with Galactus certain that the God Blast would kill him. Killing Galactus isn't easy, as Galactus has survived the collision of 2 planets when he was weakened. However, both Thor and Captain Mar-Vell can amplify their power through energy absorption. They both have the potential to do better, though I do think that Thor has the edge in base power. When it comes to speed, Captain Mar-Vell's personal record is flying from Broadway to the end of Earth's atmosphere in 1 minute 58 seconds, which is 189,152.5 miles per hour, or 246.5 times the speed of sound. However, this isn't even close to light speed, though it is implied that she can reach light speeds as binary, but this isn't proven either. However, it is confirmed that Thor can go 3 times the speed of light, mostly without issue, which is more than 10,600 times faster than Carol's best time. Thor has gone even faster than that, but for the sake of time and simplicity, we're just going to move on to durability. In the latest retelling of when Captain Mar-Vell blew up the Brood homeworld, she seems to have been on the planet when she blew it up, implying that she survived the destruction of a planet. This account does conflict with previous sources, and she hasn't really survived anything close to that, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she survived the explosion of a planet. If the explosion of the planet was the size of the Earth, then the explosion would likely be equivalent to 5.972 quadrillion megatons of TNT. While that is impressive, Thor has survived supernovas. A Type 1a supernova is equivalent to 24 to 48 octillion megatons of TNT. That is 4 to 8 trillion times more than what Captain Mar-Vell took. Now, I've done my very best to prove to you that Thor is way more powerful than Captain Mar-Vell. I showed how they fared in the same fight with Thanos, I showed that Mar-Vell themselves think that Thor is stronger, and I've even gone through an exhaustive 50-something year history to determine what each was capable of. If that's not enough to convince you, I'm not entirely sure what will. Well, that's all for this episode of Thor Talk. If you want to keep up with and support Thor Talk, simply subscribe. Once again, I'd like to formally state that all art and video is owned by its respective companies, and I own none of it. With that said, see you next time on Thor Talk, where...